broken billionaire. Prince returned home, only to find his true love already promised to another. The private jet touched down on the rain-slicked runway, its engines humming to a stop. Ayan Sheikh stepped out, his sharp jawline shadowed by the dim evening light. 5 years. 5 long years since he had left the city, broken, betrayed, and disowned by his own family. Now he was back, not as the discarded heir, but as a self-made billionaire. His driver opened the car door, but Ayan hesitated, his gaze drifting toward the distant city skyline. Somewhere out there, she was living her life, unaware that the man who had once promised her forever was standing on the same soil again. Sophia. The name alone sent a sharp pain through his chest. He had left without a word, forced to abandon everything, including her. His phone buzzed. A news notification flashed. Business tycoon Faris Ahmed announces daughter Sophia's engagement to Aram Khalid. Ayan's grip tightened around his phone, the screen cracking under the pressure. His Sophia. Promised to another man. And just like that, the storm inside him roared back to life. Sophia Ahmed adjusted the diamond necklace around her neck, its cold weight a stark contrast to the warmth of the memories flooding her mind. I'll come back for you, Sophia, no matter what. Ayan's voice echoed in her heart, even after all these years. Sophia, her fiancé Aram, placed a gentle hand on her shoulder. You've been staring into space again. She forced a smile, just tired. But the truth was, she could never forget him. The boy who had loved her beneath the old banyan tree, the one who had vanished without a trace. Her phone chimed, a message from an unknown number. Did you stop waiting for me, Sophia? Her breath hitched. No, it couldn't be. Sophia's fingers trembled as she stared at the message. The words blurred before her eyes. Did you stop waiting for me, Sophia? Her heart pounded so loudly she was sure Aram could hear it. She quickly locked her phone, but the words were already seared into her mind. Everything okay? Aram asked, his brows furrowing. Yes, she lied, forcing a smile. Just work stuff. But her mind was racing. Who could have sent that? Ayan had disappeared 5 years ago. No calls, no letters, nothing. She had mourned him, convinced he had abandoned her. And yet, that night, as she lay in bed, she unlocked her phone again. Against her better judgment, she replied, Who is this? The reply was instant. You know who. Ayan stood in the shadows of the old banyan tree, their tree, the place where he had first kissed her, where he had promised her the world. Would she come? The wind rustled the leaves, and then, there she was. Sophia. Time seemed to freeze. She was even more beautiful than he remembered, her eyes wide with disbelief. You're really here? She whispered. Ayan stepped forward, his voice rough with emotion. Did you think I'd stay gone forever? Her lips parted, but no words came out. And then headlights cut through the darkness. A car screeched to a halt. Aram stepped out. The air turned electric. Aram's gaze flickered between Sophia and Ayan, his expression hardening. What's going on? Sophia's pulse spiked. Aram, Ayan cut in, his voice calm but edged with steel. We were just talking. Aram's jaw tightened. At midnight, under a tree? Silence. Sophia swallowed hard. She had spent years building a life without Ayan, convincing herself she had moved on. But one look at him, and every lie she had told herself crumbled. Aram took her hand. Let's go home. Ayan's eyes burned into hers. Don't go. And just like that, she was torn between the past she never forgot and the future she had promised to someone else. Sophia couldn't sleep. The image of Ayan standing under the banyan tree, his eyes filled with silent pleading, haunted her. She grabbed her phone and typed, Why did you leave me? The reply came within seconds. Meet me tomorrow. Same place. I'll tell you everything. The next evening, she made an excuse to Aram and slipped away. Ayan was already there, his back turned, shoulders tense. When he faced her, his expression was raw with pain. "Your father," he said quietly, "made me leave." Sophia's breath caught. "What?" "He threatened to ruin my family if I didn't walk away from you. I had nothing back then, no money, no power. So I left, to become someone who could fight for you." Her knees nearly buckled. All these years, she had thought he abandoned her, but he had been protecting her. Aram watched Sophia from the balcony as she returned home, her eyes red-rimmed. He knew where she'd been. His grip tightened around his whiskey glass. Ayan Sheikh was back, and worse, he still held Sophia's heart. His phone buzzed. A message from Faris Ahmed, Sophia's father. "Handle this, or our deal is off." Aram smirked. Oh, he would handle it, by destroying Ayan Sheikh once and for all. Sophia couldn't stop thinking about Ayan's words. Her father had orchestrated their separation. She confronted him the next morning. "Did you force Ayan to leave?" she demanded. Faris didn't even look up from his newspaper. "I protected you from a boy with no future. He has a future now. He's a sheikh," Faris sneered. "A name built on disgrace. You belong with Aram." Heartbroken, Sophia ran to the only place she felt safe, the banyan tree. Ayan was waiting. Without a word, she threw herself into his arms. And then, their lips met in a kiss 5 years overdue, passionate, desperate, forbidden. But footsteps crunched behind them. Sophia pulled away to see Aram watching, his eyes dark with fury. Aram's voice was lethally calm. "Choose now." Sophia's heart raced. Ayan stepped forward. "She doesn't have to choose. She never wanted you." Aram laughed coldly. "Oh, but she does." He pulled out his phone and played a recording. Faris's voice. "If Sophia breaks the engagement, I disown her. She'll lose everything. Her family, her inheritance, her name." Sophia paled. Ayan's fists clenched. "You bastard," Aram smirked. "Tick-tock, Sophia. Your future hangs in the balance." Faris loomed over Sophia, his shadow swallowing her whole. The man who had once carried her on his shoulders now looked at her with the cold calculation of a businessman. "You think this is just about love?" His voice was a whip. "This is about survival, our family's name, our legacy." Sophia wiped her tears, her voice trembling but defiant. "You used me as a pawn." Faris's jaw tightened. "And you would throw everything away for a sheikh?" He stepped closer, his breath hot against her face. "Here's your new choice. Publicly renounce Ayan by morning, or your mother pays the price." Sophia's blood ran cold. A sudden engine roar split the night. Tires screeched. Before Faris could react, a black SUV skidded to a halt, and Ayan leapt out, his face bruised but his eyes blazing. "You forgot one option," Ayan snarled. Chaos erupted. Ayan moved like lightning, disarming Faris's bodyguard with a brutal kick. Sophia didn't hesitate. She grabbed a fallen pistol and aimed it at her own father. "Call off Aram," she demanded, hands shaking but resolve steel. "Now!" Faris laughed, a hollow, broken sound. "You'd shoot your own blood?" The gun wavered. Ayan stepped between them. "She won't, but I will." He pressed his own weapon to Faris's temple. "Where is her mother?" A beat of silence. Then, "Warehouse 12, Faris whispered. "Aram's playing his own game." Ayan's eyes met Sophia's. In that glance, 1,000 unspoken words. They ran. The abandoned warehouse reeked of oil and despair. Sophia's pulse thundered in her ears as they crept through rusted corridors. Then, a whimper. Her mother sat bound to a chair, her designer clothes torn, her face streaked with dirt. The moment she saw Sophia, fresh tears fell. Ayan cut the ropes. "Aram's coming back," her mother gasped. "He has men everywhere." The lights suddenly blazed on. "Correction," Aram's voice echoed from the catwalk above. "I'm already here." Dozens of armed men materialized from the shadows. Ayan shoved Sophia behind him. Aram smiled. "Let's end this properly." Aram descended the stairs, his polished shoes clicking against metal. "Did you really think this was just about revenge, Sheikh?" He pulled out a document, a merger agreement. "Your company for her life." Ayan's breath hitched. His entire empire. Sophia grabbed his arm. "No, you built that from nothing?" Aram interrupted with a laugh. "Oh, Sophia, you still don't see. Your father promised me control of both families' fortunes if I married you. This was never about love." A sickening realization dawned. Her mother sobbed. "I tried to warn you." Ayan's fists clenched, but then his phone buzzed. A single message. "Now." The warehouse doors exploded inward. Police SWAT teams swarmed in, rifles raised. Aram's men dropped their weapons. At the entrance stood Uncle Rizwan. Sophia gasped. The retired general nodded grimly. Ayan called in an old favor. He turned to Aram. "Kidnapping, extortion, attempted murder. You're done." As officers dragged Aram away screaming, Faris appeared in the doorway, his face ashen. Sophia expected fury. Instead, her father fell to his knees. "I'm sorry," he choked out. "I never meant—" Ayan stepped forward. "Save it." He turned to Sophia, cupping her face. "It's over." But was it? 1 year later. Sophia adjusted her veil in the mirror of her boutique hotel. Not the family mansion she'd grown up in, but a new life built with her own hands. A knock at the door. Ayan stood there, his tuxedo impeccable, his eyes holding the same wonder as when they'd first met under the banyan tree. "You ready?" he whispered. She took his hand. "I've been ready for years." As they walked down the flower-strewn aisle, past her beaming mother, past the subdued but present Faris, past Uncle Rizwan grinning like a proud father, the past finally released its grip. At the altar, Ayan slid a simple gold band onto her finger. "I told you I'd come back." Sophia kissed him as the sunset painted them gold. Some loves are worth every battle.